Hello everyone. So today's tutorial is going to be how to remove the background of a picture using your Design Space photo editor. Alright, so you're going to go to upload. You're going to pick the picture that you're trying to bring in. This is just a picture that I downloaded online, nothing in particular really, okay? So you're going to choose complex, continue. So the first thing I usually do is I will zoom out and then I will crop out as much of the background area as I can so that there's less to have to worry about later. Okay, so all we're trying to do is keep the car in the picture and then the rest of it should go away. Alright, so you can kind of just start clicking around. Removing all of this dead space, kind of. This can be a bit of a tedious process depending how busy the picture is. Right, and you have to actually watch what areas it's removing at a time because it might take away part of something you need. So those areas will come back and go over that separately. So I usually do this first just because it gets rid of any larger blotchy areas. Right, less to have to do using the actual eraser. Now this is really only a solution if you don't have any other photo editing software like Photoshop or Illustrator or anything like that, and you want to kind of do this using your Design Space, then this is the next option, but it shouldn't be your first. Okay, so next we're gonna open up the eraser. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Alright, so we get more of the area at a time initially. Okay, so then everything you touch with this will go. So I try to do it kind of carefully, stay away from the picture itself at first, just get rid of all this mess. Okay, so if you go off the board, it will reset on you. You'll have to click on it again. Again, we're going to come back and do a close-up of that after. I just want to kind of get the bulk of this done. Alright, so I'm going to have to make that a little bit smaller to fit into here. If the circle doesn't fit within the area that you're working with and it goes off the board, it's not going to work. Right, see how that's doing that? So you'll have to keep reducing the size of your pointer to get the close-up that you're looking for. Okay. Oh, I did not see that happen. See what I mean? So you have to watch everything that you're doing, and now we're gonna have to undo that. Okay. Must have still been holding it down when I went over there. And the good thing about this is that nothing is permanent. Right, and like you just saw, I made a mistake. I didn't notice it till later. But you can just hit undo until you get back to that point. And then I try to unclick frequently so that if I do mess up, it's just a one back click to where it was. Alright, see? So we have a good amount of the area already cleaned up. And as you go, you can use this preview button down here, right? So that's gonna show you where it's like you can see like a little speck here, some specks down here, right? All these other little specks around it still. So you know when you have a clean line using this preview. All right, so we're gonna get out of preview mode, clean these up. Okay, so now we're gonna zoom in. And then with this same eraser, I just slowly go over this. Okay. So again, this is not or should not be your first choice with this kind of photo editing. If you have another option, I would suggest you use it. Even if it's, going on Etsy or somewhere else like that and finding someone that can do this for you using a different software. I myself, in my Etsy shop, charge, anywhere from $5 to $7 to do a custom SVG. So I'm sure there's a lot of companies that do that you can get it done fairly cheap and usually with a good turnaround. I usually have mine done within 24 hours. Okay, you see some specks up here. So again, this is a bit of a tedious process to do. So just make sure you have the time and patience when you sit down to do something like this. And it does take a bit of a steady hand as well. Right, and this doing it this way, do not expect perfection, because it won't happen. But like you can see how there's like a little bit of a green hint here. If I get too close, I might, remove the red. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. But now when we zoom out, you'll notice that you don't even see that there really. Alright, so here I just reduce the size of my pinpoint to get this back end of the car. So we can go ahead and make this bigger again. It doesn't have to be bigger, I guess I just prefer it that way. Just as you go around it, if there's little dots or excess that you missed, it'll get it all at once. Alright, so we have to take it down a notch again to get in this little crevice. See, with the larger tip, it would have gotten all of that at once instead of having to now go back over it. And some of these, the colors are really hard to kind of see where they begin and where it ends. So with some of it, it's kind of just a judgment call, depending on how good or bad your vision is. Right, so I can very faintly see that line, so I'm just going to take it down. Clean that up. Okay, so we're almost done here. Okay, so now let's zoom out. Let's do preview again. And now that's your outline. Alright, so if you're happy with that, then you just go continue. Decide if you're going to just cut the shape of it or keep it in full color, right? We're going to go ahead and keep it in full color. Just give it a name. Right, and now there is your car. You're going to insert. Get rid of that. Right. So now you can resize, and then you can do your print and cut to get your image onto whatever shirt or tumbler or whatever project you're working on. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions, drop a line below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe to my channel. Happy crafting!